Good evening to all and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is all about the India Meteorological Department, the 150th anniversary of the IMD, and also about the historical and contemporary roles of IMD. And if you ask a question, what is the tone of the editorial? The tone of the editorial is informative and analytical. The broad framework, it starts with the 150th anniversary of India Meteorological Department, IMD. Then it talks about the historical background, the historical role, and then it comes to the present. It talks about the contemporary role of IMD. And finally, based on the contemporary functions, it takes a particular stand and says the government has to do this. If the government does it, that will be highly something like commendable. It will be a commendable step. That is a broad framework. And let us go to the editorial, see how it starts. Gearing up for change. Here you have a phrasal verb, gearing up. Gear up means what? To get ready, gear up for the occasion, gear up for the event, for change. Means to get ready for change. You cannot make out what exactly does it try to convey. On IMD and weather analysis having contemporary relevance. Analysis singular, analysis plural are to do very good. Already have started, wonderful. And there's one important word over here, contemporary. Contemporary part of speech adjective, living or occurring or happening at the same time. And it goes with contemporary, it goes with persons, also events, incidents. In this context, contemporary relevance, a new combination. Need not be modern, it is at the same time. For example, you did your engineering, let's say between 2018, 2020, 21, 18, 19, 20, 21, 4 years. You did mechanical engineering. Someone else also did engineering same time, but civil. How do you refer to each other? You can say he was, I will talk about that also. He was my contemporary. She was my contemporary. One meaning. And contemporary issues, someone has written, very good, I appreciate, Anusha. Contemporary issues means what? I think one more student has written, very good, I appreciate that. Who is this? Okay. Current issues, burning issues. On IMD and weather analysis, who is this again? Weather, you have to recollect. One is weather. What is the other weather? Whether or not to do something. Both you have to recollect. Spelling is different, functions are different. Analysis, singular. What is the plural of that? Analysis. Having contemporary relevance. Relevant means related to. Generally, we say relevant information, a relevant question, a relevant material means related to a particular. Peer has a different meaning. Who is this? Anisha has a question. Can we say peer? Peer has many meanings. Generally, it goes with a person of same age or position. You can use contemporary also, but usage is different. Connotation, same age, peer. And we use the expression already, we have got many a time. What is it? Peer pressure. When your classmates or people of your age put pressure on you, then you say peer pressure. That is a different meaning altogether. Contemporary has a different meaning. Peer usually goes more with classmates and of the same group or same field. But contemporary could be any field, it doesn't matter. Subtle difference. Contemporary relevance means present situation, it is relevant. India needs region specific plans to improve climate resilience. But what is the main idea of this editorial? India is a subject, sentence is in present tense, affirmative form, subject is third person singular. We should add S or ES to the verb. Based on that, India needs what? Region specific plans. This is object. Subject, verb, object. Plans for what? To improve climate resilience. Resilience, an important word. We have got many a time. And I always, when I talk to students, youngsters, I tell them, those who are preparing for competitive exams, you guys are resilient. You have the resilient nature. You should have resilient nature. What does it mean? You face a lot of problems. You have the ability to withstand the problems, face the problems without giving up. You emerge victorious. Then we say resilient nature. What is the literal meaning? The ability to withstand adversity and bounce back from difficult life events. One should always be resilient. One should always have resilient nature. That will help. Life is not a bed of roses. You will face a lot of challenges, and if you face those challenges and emerge victorious, you have that nature. Earlier this week, an important expression you have to remember, the India Meteorological Department entered the 150th year of its existence. It starts with this particular thing. Earlier this week, a phrase, the India Meteorological Department IMD entered the 150th year of its existence. While at present also an important phrase you have to remember. Usually it goes with present continuous tense. At present, it analyzes. Here it is analyzes. Analyzes. Sentence is in present tense, affirmative form. Subject is third person singular. We should add S or ES to the verb. It analyzes what? The entire spectrum of climate and weather. There's one important word here, spectrum. In this context, a spectrum means what? Range. Here it analyzes the entire range of climate and weather. Two important words. Climate, a lot of students get confused between when it comes to the difference between climate and weather. What is the difference? Weather, everyday affair, the humidity, the temperature, everyday affair is known as weather. Because of that, when you watch TV, they never say climate report. They say today's weather report. Then comes the question, what is climate? Pattern of weather for 200 years, 100 years, 200 years, we use climate. Climate is nothing but a pattern of weather. Weather is everyday affair. Yes, the definite article there before ordinal numbers, the first, the second, the 150th. Very good. That you have to recollect. Now students have become so alert on this platform. Sometimes I may skip certain things, but they're ready to focus on whatever is essential or indispensable from the exam point of view. And you have to look at what is this range, what is this spectrum from cyclones to fog. From cyclones to fog. When you come across the word fog, you have to think of two words. One is fog, the other one is mist. What is the difference? Both are actually one and the same. But lowland areas, the white smoke is known as fog, and mountain areas, the same thing, the white cloud. Mountain areas, we use the word mist. How to remember? One way of remember, gamut also you can say range. You have to first letter in M is mist. Mist is M. First letter in mountain also M. Form them, make them a pair. But here, modern context, you have to think of another word. What is smog? Today, when you talk about Delhi, you talk about smog. Now, students are ready to answer before I say. That's wonderful. Smog is nothing but smoke plus fog. What do you call it? Smog. That's right. And the range consists cyclones to fog. It was conceived. Conceive has two different meanings. One meaning to imagine something, to create something, to produce something like an idea, a project. And when it comes to a particular project, when it comes to a particular idea, we also use one important idiomatic expression. What is that? Imagine someone has thought of a particular project and started either a company or an institution. Then we say it is his brainchild. Whose brainchild is it? His brainchild. You can also say the same thing. He has conceived the project. The project is his brainchild. He has conceived the project. One meaning. But typical meaning of the word conceive, it goes with a woman to become pregnant. She has conceived means what? She has become pregnant. It provides the backdrop. It was conceived in colonial times. Colonial times means what? The times of the British Raj. For that, we also use the word imperialism, an important word. Sometimes you get as a passage, they have already given imperialism, colonial times, British Raj, or the rule under the British in colonial times to probe what was the objective. Why did they conceive, why did they establish IMD to probe? Probe has two different meanings. One is investigation. We have got many a time. And besides investigation, it goes with police, crime. Sometimes what happens, a person may try to get more information about someone else's personal life. Then also we say probing nature. Then we say, I don't like his probing nature. It has a negative connotation. Generally, it's a neutral word, but sometimes it may have a negative connotation. I don't like his probing nature. To probe the mysteries of the southwest monsoon. What is the objective of this IMD? To probe the mysteries of southwest monsoon. When you take peninsular India, we have from here we have the southwest monsoon, and from top it returns, that is known as northeast monsoon. But the major chunk, the lion's share, the rains because of southwest monsoon. And this northeast monsoon is also known as a retreating monsoon. What is it called? A retreating monsoon. Northeast, because it's coming back. Peninsular India receives rainfall because of the northeast monsoon. Anyhow, it was established to study the mysteries of southwest monsoon. Why did they do that? The needs were practical. Again, the sentence is in present tense. I'm sorry, the sentence is in past here. Here, needs used as a noun. India needs something, there it's a verb. Their needs were practical, here it is a noun. In English, we can use the same word as a different part of speech. That awareness is also important. Why were they practical? The British administration, the needs were practical, you cannot understand. But when you read the sentence, next sentence, you understand what exactly it means. The British administration concerned about revenues. Here, concerned, an important word. What is the reason? Some people, when they go to some office, they say, I would like to meet. I would like to meet the concerned person. Is this right or wrong? Answer my question. I would like to meet the concerned person. Concerned person, wrong. It means he has concern for you. You are a stranger. Why should he have concern for you? Then you may ask, sir, what is the correct expression? I would like to meet the person concerned. I hope I'm not blocking your view. Person concerned means person related to a particular work, person related to a particular department. Person concerned. I think I'm blocking. Person concerned means related to. I would like to meet the person concerned. Means what? It is wrong. Concerned person, wrong. Person concerned, correct. But it's a common error. The British administration, and here there's one important word. Tell me what is administrator, masculine gender. What is the feminine gender of administrator? Please answer this. Concerned about revenues. Their objective was focus was on revenues, was intimately aware of the influence of the monsoon on harvests, and thus extremely invested in determining whether past observations of wind, rain, and sunshine could be used to predict the future, obviously. Very good. I appreciate that, Manasa. Here, administrator, what is the feminine gender? No one has responded. They have given a not easy. Administratrix. Administrator, masculine gender, and same word, feminine gender, what is the correct spelling and expression? Administratrix. Administrator, T-O-R. Administratrix, T-R-I-X. This is an important one. I-X, not E-X. Important. You have to remember. Very good. I appreciate. Concerned about revenues, was intimately aware the British administration, their objective was they were thinking always about, I have written, don't worry, Tripura Sundari, I have already written here, revenues. And they were aware of the influence of the monsoon on harvests or agriculture, and thus extremely invested in determining whether past observations of wind, rain, and sunshine could be used, can be used, could be used, possibility, whether, because here, whether they could be used to predict future torrents and droughts. We have two important words here, torrents and droughts. What is the meaning of the word torrents? A large amount of water that is moving quickly. It's a it is about large amount of water moving quickly. We use the word torrents. But actually, there are two idioms you have to recollect here. One is, it is raining. It is raining cats and dogs. What does it mean? It's raining cats and dogs. It's raining heavily. Another idiomatic expression, it's raining in torrents. How is it raining? Cats and dogs in torrents. We also say, yes, Anshu, torrential rains. Another combination, I'll write here, torrential rains. We can also use the word downpour. Now, someone has written torrential rain, deluge, raining cats and dogs, cloudburst, downpour, incessant rains, inundation, floods, all these. Very good, Anusha, I appreciate that. Based on those studies, they thought they wanted to check the possibility or feasibility of predicting future torrents and droughts. Drought means what? Prolonged dryness. For 2 or 3 months, no rains. Then we say drought. Prolonged period of dryness. We also use the expression dry spell. Dry spell. Very good. Haripriya. Oh, Haripriya, you are here. Droughts. In the years since then, whenever you come across since, two prepositions, they can be conjunctions also. Since for, you have to think of two tenses. What are the two tenses? One is present perfect tense, the other one is present perfect continuous. Immediately. In the years since then, since that time means from the past to the present, we have to use the present perfect tense. The IMD has collected. Here it is in present perfect. In the years since then, the IMD has collected gargantuan stores of meteorological data. We have got this word for the first time. Gargantuan means what? Enormous, huge, enormous. And stores of meteorological data. Data already I have said many a time. Datum singular, data plural, but data can also be used as a collective noun. When you use data as a plural of datum, we have to use a plural verb. When we use data as a collective noun, we have to use a singular verb. Don't get confused. Mammoth, abundant, huge, gigantic, colossal, wonderful, highly appreciable, tremendous, immense, very good. I really appreciate. Has collected gargantuan stores of meteorological data that underlies forecast of the monsoon. Generally, we come across monsoon forecast. Forecast on what basis? Based on this enormous data. That is a foundation. One such analysis of this data, one phrase, by researchers at the Council on Energy, Environment and Water CEEW. Whenever you read a sentence in the exam, you should have the ability to identify the subject. Here, one such analysis: subject, noun phrase. After that, you may come across a few phrases and clauses. You have to identify, put those phrases and clauses in brackets, and check the subject verb agreement. One such analysis is a subject singular. Examine sentence is in present tense affirmative. We should add s or es to the verb. Based on that, in the exam they may give one such analysis. Examine, not correct. Examines monsoon trends at the subdivisional TESIL level from 1982 to 2022. 4 decades, not 3 decades, 4 decades. They have been studying. This finds that what is that they have found out? This finds that monsoon rainfall is increasing in more than half, or 55%, of India's roughly 4,400 tehsils. About 11% of them saw decreasing rainfall. Here we have a paradoxical situation. What is the meaning of the word paradox? Tell me. Paradox means both positive and negative exist at the same time. On the one hand, rainfall is increasing in more than half, or 55% of India's roughly 4,400 tehsils. About 11% of them saw decreasing rainfall. Both are happening. In those tehsils, about 68% experienced a reduced rainfall in all 4 monsoon months, while 87% showed a decline during the June and July, crucial for the sowing of kharif crops. Again, it talks about data. 68% experienced what? Reduced rainfall in all 4 monsoon months: June, July, August, September, I suppose. But peak is August, while 87% showed a decline. Decline we have got so many times. What does it mean? Decrease, diminish, plummet, reduce, go down, goes with quality, numbers, standards, all these. Decline during the June and July, crucial for the sowing of kharif crops. Important. Most of these tehsils are in the Indo-Gangetic plains. Generally, we don't use it in the plural form. We say the Indo-Gangetic plain. Before plains, we have to use a definite article there that you have to recollect. The Indo-Gangetic plain, which contribute to more than, because I have used the plains, which contribute to more than half of India's agricultural production. In fact, this is a clause that goes with in the Indo-Gangetic plains. The subject is in the Indo-Gangetic plains, so which contribute to more than half of India's agricultural production. And this particular plain is known as the most fertile region. What is the most fertile region? The Indo-Gangetic plain. No wonder it contributes to more than half of India's agricultural production, which is a backbone of Indian economy traditionally. And what are the other tehsils? Northeastern India and the Indian Himalayan region. Here again, you have to recollect an important rule. Himalaya, that is an administrative unit. This means administrative unit. Morning also someone was asking. Yes, the Indian Himalayan region. Whenever you come across mountain ranges, you have to use a definite article there. Individual mountains, no article. The Himalayas, the Andes, the Alps. We all know where the Himalayas are. The Andes, South America or Latin America. And this region produced two great civilizations: Inca civilization and Mayan civilization. Mayans constructed pyramids. Many people think pyramids belong to Egyptians. Pyramids were constructed by Egyptians. They were also constructed by Mayans, Mayan civilization, Inca civilization, South America or Latin America, and the Alps. These are popularly known as snow capped mountains. Snow capped mountains. This is a standard expression. Where do you come across the Alps? You come across Europe, Switzerland, snow capped mountains. It talks about what is happening over there. The study also found that 30% of India's districts witnessed several years of deficient rainfall years and 38% many years of excessive rainfall. Again, a contradictory situation, a paradoxical situation. No, no, individual mountain, no article. For example, the Mount Everest. Answer my question, is this right or wrong? If I say the Mount Everest, is it right or wrong? Ah, yes, thank you very much, Anusha. Is this right or wrong? The Mount Everest. It is wrong. Why is it wrong? Before the name of an individual mountain, we should not use any article. We should use before the mountain ranges the definite article there. That is also very important. Paradoxical situation, deficient and excessive rainfall. Some tehsils in Rajasthan, Gujarat, and central Maharashtra, and parts of Tamil Nadu that historically were dry were also getting wetter. Here you see something that is erratic, eccentric, erratic. Erratic means what? Answer my question. Also, we don't use eccentric with natural nature. Eccentric goes with a person. Erratic goes more with natural phenomena. Some tehsils in Rajasthan, Gujarat, and central Maharashtra, and parts of Tamil Nadu that historically were dry were also getting wetter. That is a bit strange. There were also changes underway. Underway means in progress, going on. There were also changes underway in the northeast monsoon, that is a retreating monsoon, which sets in during October, November, and December. What is the time period? A retreating monsoon or northeast monsoon, October, November, and December, but primarily impacts peninsular India. That means what? The southern India, the southern states like Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and now we have two states, Andhra and Telangana. Northeastern monsoon makes an impact on the southern states, peninsular India. The northeast monsoon rain has increased by more than 10% in the past decade, 2012 to 2022, in approximately 80% of tehsils in Tamil Nadu, 44% in Telangana, and 39% in Andhra Pradesh, respectively. Has increased by more than 10%. The southwest monsoon responsible for nearly 76% of India's annual rainfall. The major chunk, the source is southwest monsoon. No, no, I don't teach Pandu. With about 11% from the northeast monsoon. Northeast monsoon only 11% and southwest monsoon 76%. That India's monsoons are increasingly prone to long dry spells. That the fact that that is an administrative unit, Anu, administrative unit, that India's monsoons are increasingly prone to. Prone to means what? Likely to, liable to suffer or get affected, usually a disease or a particular problem. In this context, prone to long dry spells. Already administration, exactly, administrative unit. Prone to what? Long dry spells and punctuated by torrential wet spells. Again, dry spells, wet spells is well documented, though while revenue extraction guided colonial interest in weather at the regional levels, such analyses have a new contemporary relevance. Again, here, a plural form. While revenue extraction guided colonial interest in weather at the regional levels, that was their objective, revenue extraction. But now such analyses have a new contemporary relevance. Present scenario, they are relevant. There are studies, the analysis. This is to make region specific plans to improve climate resilience and channel necessary funds and resources. This sentence talks about the main idea. What is the main idea of the editorial? This is to make region specific plans to improve climate resilience and channel necessary funds and resources. Based on that, the editorial concludes prioritizing regional and sub-district forecasts over national ones would be a commendable step forward by the government. There's one important word over here, commendable. Commendable means what? Praiseworthy, an important word. But what are the combinations? Commendable work, commendable job. In this context, commendable step. Combinations are very important from the exam point of view. You got to remember. And you don't come across anywhere the combinations, the word forms, only source, the newspaper. That's why I tell students read the Hindu paper. Laudable, very good. Who is that? Anshu. Commendable, laudable, praiseworthy. Praise, you have to recollect one important word. What is that? Flatter. Praise, positive. Flatter, false praise, negative word. Prioritizing, yes, gerund. Verb ing form used as a noun. We use a technical term, gerund. That's all about the editorial, familiar one we have done so many times. Whenever the season, monsoon, the editorial you come across twice or thrice, all about the monsoon. And here, 150th year, time to write about the IMD and a familiar context, familiar words, not difficult to comprehend. Try to answer these questions. What is the primary focus of the editorial? The history of the India Meteorological Department, the impact of colonialism on weather analysis, a contemporary analysis of monsoon trends in India, the global impact of climate change on weather patterns. So, what is the answer? The editorial has three dimensions: one, the 150th year; second, historical role; third, contemporary role. Answer is yes, a contemporary analysis of monsoon trends in India. Wonderful. Many students have got it right, highly appreciable. Why was the India Meteorological Department IMD originally established during colonial times? Whenever you read a question, you try to focus on the key words. What are the key words here? IMD established colonial times. What was why reason? Why was it established during the colonial times? But why is a key word? You have to look for the reason behind. To study global weather patterns? No. To explore mysteries of the southwest monsoon for agricultural, but main focus on revenue reasons. Clearly mentioned, answer is B. To predict the onset of winter in northern regions, to monitor seismic activity. Tell me what does the letter seismic, what does it mean? What is it related to? It is related to, I'm sure many of you know, earthquake. Yes. Wonderful. Yes. According to the Council on Energy, Environment and Water, CEEW analysis, what percentage of India's tehsils experienced increasing monsoon rainfall from 1982 to 2022? We have two types of passages, concept related and data related. Data related, they may ask questions based on the data, either the percentage or the states or whatever goes with facts and figures. And while reading itself, you got to be a little careful. Answer is a D, 55%. Wonderful. I appreciate. Seismograph, epicenter, a Richter scale, all these you have to recollect. Which regions in India were mentioned as experiencing changes in the northeast monsoon according to CEEW analysis? You got to read carefully. It is about because of northeast monsoon, which regions have been experiencing 10% more rainfall. Four states have been mentioned in the editorial. What are those four states or three states? One is Tamil Nadu, the other one is Telangana, and the third one is Andhra Pradesh. Here, obviously, northeast monsoon makes an impact on peninsular India, means southern states. Southern states, then you cannot think of Western Himalayas and Punjab. North Indo-Gangetic Plains and Northeastern India, you cannot. Sheer common sense. And Central Maharashtra and Gujarat, Northwest, you cannot consider. Only one stands out based on what is the editorial stance. Stance means a stand, opinion on the government's approach to weather forecasting. Advocating. Advocate here means fighting for a cause or promoting a cause, working for a cause. Advocating, prioritizing national forecasts over regional ones, suggesting the government prioritize regional and sub-district level forecasts over national ones, encouraging the government to focus on global climate agreements. Why should it do that? Recommending the reduction of meteorological data collection? No. It is quite opposite. Editorial talks about quite opposite. Answer is what to be. Suggesting the government prioritize a regional and sub-district forecast over national ones. No, no, answer is B. B is the answer. B is the answer. No second thoughts about that. Today also, I'm really sorry, hectic schedule. I could not bring the exercises. But from Monday, I'll bring the regular exercises besides editorial analysis. Don't be disappointed. Have a nice weekend. Sunday, the Hindu does not publish the editorial. So don't expect a session on Sunday. I will see you guys on Monday. I will bring exercises, important exercises based on exam topics. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you very much for being with me till the fag end of the session. Thank you.